Minority Leader Alexander Afenyomakin has dismissed calls for reparatory justice over the transatlantic slave trade. Listen to the word very well. Reparatory justice over the transatlantic slave trade, noting that some indigents also participated in the inhumane treatment of their people. He, however, condemned the cruel and degrading conditions suffered by the victims. Afenyomakin said, John Dramani Mahama oba UN ebema abrofo beji tu mu se omo di bibifo bone no o say emfaso ni so eni che de bem kan say Afenyomakin we jimi John Mahama ba UN or say there's something called transatlantic slave trade, meaning John Mahama did not go to the UN to go and say Ghana for aye for so omo slaves abrofo ni jintum se omo ye bone. John Mahama said, Bibinia akwesi broni eba na saase so. Edi enhye ebefa omumu bi. A sebio na etia omwankasa nipa efa ahudie no. John Mahama said abrofo no omu nana nkanso ne omu nana no omu ye saade no. Omu njintum se omu nana no anya ade. Omu eden omu die bone. But Afenyomakin in Parliament, he catch the Ghana for say John Mahama ko pay sika for abrofo because of slave trade. Afenyomakin with Jimmy. Mumi anko tie no e Parliament.
Somebody bets a vessel, a boat at Cape Coast, and you decide to go to the north, go to the Bono area, get to the Ashanti area, get into the Asin area, and you are chasing your own people, the strongest amongst them. Then after 100 years, you say, I should be compensated. Who should compensate who? Mr. Speaker, with the greatest respect, I don't want us to create a certain impression that, expressing an opposing view to this whole reparation thing makes you anti-African, or you are not thinking about the suffering. Who suffered? We maltreated our own. We maltreated our own and told the white man that he should also maltreat our own. So, Mr. Speaker, the story must be told and be put in its proper context. It is also a fact that inhumane treatment, the unfortunate humiliation, the marginalization, the injustice, the abuse of our ancestors who became victims of this slave trade, Mr. Speaker, must be condemned, and I so condemn him. They were treated as less human.
So Afenyomakin brought for Parliament in Ghana say, Ghana Frontier say, John Mahama Eko Abrochino, Oduni team no, John Mahama kosre compensation sika. Say Abrofon tamu sika maye. Into ono de adenti na Abrofon tamu sika maye because ye de bibifuo no. Ye hu nipa ne bi. E na ye boa ye. Ema ye be chi ye nuanum bi a na sebio enye omope. Now, when John Mahama went to the UN, one, John Mahama did not go ask for money. The priority and a binding John Mahama message or the call UN and say, Yene, Yatia, as I say, about 60 to 70% of us, we did not go through the slave trade. Meaning, Abrafon to Parliament, Omo papa nom ne ye ene nyoma bi omo ye no, they have to admit to say omo papa nom edi Africans abroad. John Mahama could have gone to UN and tabled the trade in Ghana, the slave trade in Ghana, but John Mahama went and said the transatlantic slave trade. There was a reason why John Mahama stuck to that word, because enye obia or Africa bia na African be a supporter say yen tam no fa no kwa brochire enko using saboa se ebibufo ni bi edi enim ema saade ni bi happen ya. It is our business. It is up to us to speak to ourselves, each other, to understand, say, this act that was done by this group of Africans wasn't right. So we have to have a reflection. But what John Mahama was seeking for was the person who did most of the damage to our ancestors, because nobody is going to speak for our ancestors. It is only us who came to inherit the history. We are the only people who can speak for our ancestors, for those who committed that inhumane crimes against our ancestors, to admit that their forefathers basically committed a crime against humanity, against us. So John Mahama wasn't looking for money. John Mahama wasn't looking for compensation. John Mahama wanted to set the record straight that if even during the slave trade, my people, some of them, out of ignorance, were convinced to do that, I want you people to admit that your forefathers, at the end of the day, played a major role in destroying our forefathers. So it is not about you, Afenyomakin, thinking, said John Mahama went to the UN seeking or asking for money.